NFW Nation, to an episode of The Love Shack. I'm your host, Big Al, the Doctor of Love.
And I'm your co-host, Charles. Good evening, Albert.
Hey, Charles. Also, we've got...
The camera's not messed up. Johnny Richards didn't get better looking. This is the hardcore cowboy, Scotty Wolf.
What up, Scott?
And on the phone also, we've got another member of SOL, Big Bull Lee. How you doing, Bull?
I'm doing great today. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing great. I'll tell you what, it's an honor to have both the members of SOL on here. We're going to talk about your six-man tag match with the Coalition. So I'll tell you what, Charles, I'm sure you got some questions for Bull and Scotty, so I'm going to let you start it off, my friend.
Yes, sir. First of all, Bully, thanks, man, for being on the show tonight. We haven't seen you in a while. We're glad to have you back April 20th.
Oh, yeah, happy to do it, man. Happy to be coming back, too.
And first of all, I'd like to say this, too, man. I always say this to my veteran friends, man. Thank you for serving. A lot of people don't know that. And taking care of our country, sir.
Well, I was happy to do it. You know, a lot of people didn't know that about me either, but I think I'm the only active roster member of the NFW Nation that was, you know, that was awarded for combat. So I'm proud of that one.
I think that's probably safe to say. Like I said, Bully, I'm going to get Scotty here on this here just a second, but since you've been gone, man, what's funny about this, there was a real nice kid, and I got to say, I brought him in. His name was Nick Iggy. Nice kid, good kid, did everything right down the middle. Now it's him, Daniel Eads, and Darren Flynn, which has always been a problem. They're calling themselves the Coalition, and Chad Stallings. And Victor Bruiser was with them last time, but they've been wreaking havoc. And what you going to do to come in and settle the score?
Well, me and Scotty, we've kept touch over the few months that I've been out and everything, and he's kind of told me some story about these little underwear stains, and you know, I've seen a lot of them in action, you know, on YouTube and in various matches in NFW and everything, but you know, I've not been in the ring with. I don't have a whole lot of experience in the ring with these guys, but you know, it's nothing that we haven't handled before. I mean, there's been many a big bad dude come through NFW and SOL sent them right out the other door. So I'm not too concerned about it myself.
Oh, that's right. But the thing is, these guys they're talented. I won't take it away from them. They're in individuals, but the thing is now it's strength and number kind of thing. You know what I mean? If you got one, you got them all. Kind of a cowardly act.
Well, it's a gang mentality, and I don't know if anyone remembers any of the NFW shows where SOL was in the show and everything, but this is the entirety of SOL. I mean, we give a lot of we've done the faction war thing before, and we give a whole lot of teams a whole lot of trouble, and you know, there's no big surprise to what we're going to do. We're not the tacticians that you know, the Coalition is, I'm sure, but you know, I'm just going to go ahead and give away our game plan right now. You know, we're going to come right at you. We're going to hit you in the face, and we're going to do it a lot. So, you know, they need to be ready for us. I'm not so worried about them.
Oh, yeah, man. You guys, I'll tell you what, I just like to say it's a good old-fashioned country butt whipping. And that's what I like to see, and basically that's what they need. Now, Scotty, I want to ask something. How does it feel to be tagging back up with your old buddy?
I can tell you right now, Charles, man, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I know if anybody's actually went through and looked at the history of the SOL, we've retired many a tag team. We've broken backs. We've put people in the hospital. I mean, you go back and I'm gonna throw some names out here. The Rough and Ready Rodeo Company. We broke them up. One guy, he's never come back to wrestling. He's terrified of it. We got Eric Benjamin and Evan Acid. Them guys, we beat the snot out of them in Selvin a couple years back. Haven't hardly heard a hair out of either one of them. I mean, we've Pretty Boy. We just pummeled the crap out of anybody we got in the ring with. We don't go technical with everything. I mean, we're bringing Anthony Blaze in the mix with the two of us. We're a force to reckon with because we all love to fight, and that's just how we are.
Oh, I know you can't sell that Anthony Blaze short now. He's a tough competitor. All three of y'all, the Coalition, better be, you know, if they call themselves little Mac technicians, what they do, that's not going to help them that night because it's going to be all breakout and hell on war. That's all I can say.
That's right.
It's just going to be, you know, it's going to be one of the best matches of the night. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I'm going to turn you all over to Al. I'm sure he's got some questions chomping at the bit. Thank you, Bully. Thank you, Scotty.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, boy, we want. It's gonna be great having you back in the FW with the SOL, and we got a lot of comments. And the NFW Nation, they're said they can't wait to see all three members of the SOL together. Now I tell you what, with you three against the coalition, I know you're going to give them all, knock them off their high horse. But are you familiar with any other coalition members?
Well, I've actually been in the ring with Dyron Flynn on one occasion. I saw some of Chad Stallings stuff on YouTube. He's very talented, and I saw Daniel Eads the one time in a match. I'm just not really impressed with a whole lot of mat wrestling. Our style of wrestling is more conducive of what NFW is all about. I think it has its place and its time for all the high flying and all the catch can stuff as they used to call it. But SOL is about fighting, and we're not going to work their type of match. They're going to come into our world, and that's where the difference is.
It's going to be great.
Well, I really like to see when they try to do mat wrestling. I really like to see 4'3" Dyron Flynn try to put a headlock on Big Bull Lee, because he can barely reach his toes. So they maybe get a toe hold in, but I don't think it's going to be much more than that.
I think they're going to get a lesson. They got a pretty good lesson the last time. They got as good as they sent that night.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be great. Like I said, Hardcore Cowboy Scotty Wolf, Owensboro Outlaw Anthony Blaze, Big Bull Lee, going up against Dyron Flynn, Chad Stallings, and Daniel Eads. 6-man tag match with special referee Big Al. Keep that Nick Egan. I don't know if he'll be there or not. I'm pretty sure he will be, sticking his little...
I got mine on him, Albert.
I think after I cracked that crutch over his knee and he cried like a baby, and I think he peed himself. He was one of many that night that had a bowel movement of some sort. I'm sorry, Wesley. That's what happens when you first start out. But yeah, I really doubt Nick's going to show up. He's kind of showed his cowardice, but.
Yeah. I tell you what, Scotty and Bull, Chad Stallings just called and left a message on the phone a while ago, and I'm sure y'all like to hear what he says. So, Charles, if you don't care, I'm going to play Chad Stallings' message real quick, okay?
Oh, I'm looking forward to this. I'm sure he's got something to run his mouth about.
April 20th, 2013, New Focus Wrestling, SOL versus the Coalition. With Big Al as a special referee. Al, I don't know if you volunteered or if you were chosen to be the special referee. A little word of advice, don't do anything stupid. Think of the consequences that you will, in fact, endure if you make a mistake, and you know what I'm talking about. You only felt a small percentage of my wrath on March 1st. Trust me, you don't want any more of it. Scotty Wolford, you were in attendance today. I want you to look around. Know that you can't trust any of those men.
I think I can trust
You can't
him.
trust anybody in this business. Be prepared on the 20th. As the Coalition, we're not going to stand down. If the Man of Steel, Daniel Eads, the one-man workhorse, Dyron Flynn, and the statement of sorrow, Chad Stallings, and I'm telling you, you're not going to like what's coming to you in that ring. Johnny Richards, I know you're there. For some reason you think you own the place. I don't like you. That's all I need to say about that. You're nobody. You're never going to be anybody. The only reason you're the NFW champion is Chad Stallings made you the NFW champion. You don't want to believe that? Go back and watch the tape. Ask Flash Flanagan. He knows. Stallings out. See you April 20th. Marks.
So he said,
Tuesday.
can't be trusted.
17 p.m. 1, 2, erase. No message.
So, hey, Bull, Scotty, what do you think about his remarks as far as not being able to trust each other or even me?
Well,
Big words from a little man. That's all I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. That's what I'm saying. Now, I know you could, as far as your tag team with Anthony Blaze and Bull, I'm sure, I'll hear your thoughts too, Scotty, on as far as trusting people.
as far as trusting the people, I've known Bull for a long time. I've known Anthony Blaze even longer. We all have a like-minded view in how we do things. We have a like-minded idea about what we're doing, because we're not just looking at this match. We're looking at what's going to go on down the road and what's going to happen, because we know there's a unification match coming up with the tag titles with Johnny Whiplash and Tempest and Brandon Espinoza and Ace Hawkins. And honestly, you never know, we may show up and just go ahead and just take all 4 titles, just take them for ourselves, and beat everybody up, just making an SOL invasion. But
there you go.
I mean, we're coinciding with the Wrecking Crew. I'm wearing the shirt now. You may not agree with our manager Trey T-Rex, but we're slowly forming allegiances with him and Gator McAllister, and we're gonna end up eventually being a force to reckon with. I mean, I got a message from Anthony Blaze sent to me. He wanted me to pass along. He couldn't make it today, but Anthony's kind of irritated. He's wound up this last deal with not being able to pick our tag partners and losing out because of it. It's got him a little on the edge. Basically, what he's telling me, he said we've been nice for way too long, trying to shoot for the fans' attention, and I know the fans are bloodthirsty, and we're gonna give him one heck of a fight.
I know.
We're just being out, and the Owensboro Outlaw and the Hardcore Cowboy. They're not just nicknames. We earned them. We earned them honest. By God, we earned them by beating the snot out of people and just kicking the shit out of anybody and everybody we can. So for Chad Stallings and Lucky Charms Dyron and the Man of Steel, I hate to break the news to you, but we're bringing the biggest blacksmith on God's green earth. Going to come, and he's going to bend the steel down into a little ornament. I mean, you got anything you want to add, Bull?
You pretty well summed it up, brother.
Okay. Hey, Bull, we want to thank you for being on here also, but before we let you go, I'm sure, Charles, do you have anything you want to say to Bull before you let him go?
I just want to say, Bull, welcome back. It's been a long time. We'll be glad to see you. All the NFW Nation is ready to see you, and I'm sure you're going to let it loose that night like you always do.
I know.
I'm happy to be back, Charles. Thank you.
We're glad to have you back, buddy.
Okay, Bull, is there anything you want to say to the NFW Nation before we let you go?
Well, NFW Nation, just let me say this. If you were not there April 20th, it's your own fault. Now, you need to go out. You need to go tell your neighbors. You need to go tell their neighbors. You need to have them bring their friends and tell them that they need to come watch the public execution of the coalition, because that's exactly what it's going to be. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
All right. Words from Big Bull Lee. And I'll tell you what, Bull, we're looking forward to seeing you there April 20th. And we want to thank you for being on here also. And like I said, the Wrecking Crew, right?
Yeah, it's Wrecking Crew /SOL. I mean, we're
Wrecking Crew /SOL against the Coalition April 20th. And I tell you what, you got 3 guys right there that aren't afraid of anybody, that come right straight at you. So it's going to be great. So, Bull, we want to thank you for being on here. And like I said, we're looking forward to seeing you April 20th in NFW Nation. Can't wait to see you, my friend. Thank you very much.
See you then.
Take care.
I'll call you later,
guys.
Bull. And don't worry, the 20th, I'm bringing the ladder.
All right, Charles.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that Big Bull Lee coming back in NFW, the Wrecking Crew /SOL. I tell you what, that match there is going to be nothing but a fight. I mean, and I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to seeing that, because I think the Coalition bit off more than what they can chew.
Well, you're going to see it all right. You're going to be right there in the middle of the ring.
What's that?
I said, you're going to see it, okay? You're going to be right in the middle of the ring with them.
Oh,
Charles, that's if we even make it to the ring. They may not even make it.
Well, that's true.
We may start it in the back and work our way. We may work all over the building. We just don't know yet.
Just don't hurt the ref, okay? I'll stay out of your way. Believe me, I will stay out of your way. I will stay out of your way.
You just got to keep it right down the middle.
It'll be right down the middle, all right. It'll be right down the middle. I tell you what, Charles, April 20th, NFW presents April Aftermath at the Metro Sports Center, 5820 Metro Drive, Evansville, Indiana. Bell time 7:30. We've got a lot of great matches. Domino, Cliff Compton's coming back, taking on NFW Tri-State champion Bobo Brazil Jr. for the Tri-State title. It's going to be great. We got a newcomer, Athena, making her NFW debut. She's taking on Crazy Mary Dobson in a women's match. I'll tell you what, that's going to be one heck of a match there.
I'm going to be peeking through the curtains to watch this match.
That's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Just seeing the stuff from Mary Dobson. I don't know much about Athena, but Mary Dobson, she's a monster in the ring.
Oh, she's tough. She's tough. Then we got Flash Flanagan and making his return again, the dangerous one, Doug Gilbert, taking on JP Lightning and a member of the Coalition, Sebastian Harris. And I tell you what, he's lucky. I don't want to say lucky because if he's not in there with you, he's going up against Flash Flanagan and Doug Gilbert. So
I'd be worried of that bad. It may come into contact.
Yeah, the Louisville Slugger is making his way back to the NFW. Then we got Gator McAllister taking on Madman himself, the hardcore icon, Madman Pondo. Oh, that's going to be great. I mean, we seen what he did last show, with him and Raven taking on Compton and Gator. They really kicked butt. Then, like I said, we got the 6-man tag match. Anthony Blaze, Scotty Wolf, and Big Bull Lee taking on members of the Coalition in the 6-man tag with special ref Big Al. And we got other wrestlers. We got Canadian Kid coming back. Chloe Epiphany's coming back. Oh, yeah, we got unification match. Brandon Espinoza and Ace Hawkins, which is the No Limits Tag Team Champions, taking on NFW champions Tempest and Johnny Whiplash in a unification match, which would be great. Now, you're looking for them belts too, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. It's on there. I mean, there's not a belt that's not on the line that we're not looking at.
Oh yeah, and we got T-Buck coming back also. Canadian Kid, River City Saints, which is Tempest and Whiplash. Benny Bray, he's got the No Limits title. Bishop will be there. Hosea Kane making his return. And plus more, like I said, it's going to be great. It is going to be great. Plus also, we got, like I said, merchandise for sale. We're going to have the new NFW hats. A lot of people have been commenting on them. And we also want to thank our sponsors, which is Evansville Tire, Greek's Pizzeria, Jan's Fashion and Costumes, A Brighter Side Incorporated, TJ Scrap Dealer. Woo, can you read that little in my mouth?
Oh my.
I ain't got my glasses. I'm an old timer.
We got Rave Entertainment.
Rave Entertainment.
Rave Entertainment.
There you go. So tell you what, Charles, all that more NFW April Aftermath, April 20th. It's going to be great. I mean,
it's going to be a great night.
What's that?
It's going to be a great night of wrestling action right there at the Metro Center.
Oh yeah. Then also, like I said, we got Johnny Richards taking on Vic the Bruce Lewis in a first ever First Blood match as the main event. So I tell you what, you
got fans bring the weapons on that too.
Yeah, oh yeah, fans bring the weapons. First Blood match.
I'm so looking forward to it. I'm thinking about bringing some of my toys out just to see them beat the snot out of each other. Cause man, I've been working the road a little bit, working with Vic and Johnny Richards, watching some of the matches they've had outside of Evansville, and man, they've been beating that bloody snot out of each other.
And Rich,
and this one here, it's going to be off the charts now.
It's going to be something. It's going to be something. Like I said, almost every match is like a main event. You know, you got the NFW heavyweight title, you got unification titles, you got the tri-state title, you got the women's match, you got the 6-man tag match with special referee, the Coalition against the Wrecking Crew / SOL, and much more. You know, I'm sure Benny Bray will have his No Limits title there. T-Boat, Bishop, Hosea Kane making his debut back again, or making his return, along with Doug Gilbert making his return. I mean, Charles, April Aftermath. I tell you what, it's going to be one heck of an event. I mean, it's going to be great.
Going to be a show to remember, I tell you. Like you said, every match is a main event. So get those tickets, get them early, get those seats, get there for a good night of wrestling action.
Oh, it's going to be off the hook. So it's going to be
fun for the family. I'll tell you that. Fun for the whole family.
So I'll tell you what, before we end it, before Charles spread the love, I'm sure you got one last thing to say to the NFW Nation about your match.
Oh man, you know NFW Nation, man. You know how I am. I'm all fired up when I come in the ring, and I just got one question. And you know everybody that's been there, they know me. They know what that question is. Are you ready for a fight? Because man, everybody there is going to be ready for it. We're going to be amped up. We're just going to tear it up and it's going to rock it out like there is no tomorrow. We're gonna drop it like it's the end of the world.
There you go. Words from Hardcore Cowboy Scotty Wolf, member of the Wrecking Crew and SOL, about his 6-man tag match. Whew. I tell you what, Charles, we pretty well went over everything. I don't know if there's anything else you want to say to the NFW Nation before we go.
Yes, sir. I just want to tell them now. You might think this is over, but let me tell you something, NFW Nation. This is the first time this has ever happened on the NFW Love Shack show.
Yeah.
Albert gave me an assignment. He said, Charles, I want you to see if you can pull this off. And by golly, I did, Albert.
What's that? Go ahead.
As soon as this is over, we're going to spread the love, but we're coming back with you with a special guest star, somebody you've been wanting to see, somebody you've been wondering about.
That's right.
Coming back. I got him coming right up here, Albert.
Okay. Well, Scotty, I want to thank you for being here, and we're looking forward for your match. I'm sure the NFW Nation is going to be ready for a fight. I'm sure they are.
I hope they are.
And with you, Anthony Blaze, and Bull Lee, I'll tell you what. Like I said, I feel sorry for Coalition. Like I said, I think they bit off more than what they can chew. April Aftermath, April 20th, Metro Sports Center. Whew, bell time 7:30 on Saturday night. Charles, I'll tell you what, like I said, we got the second part of Love Shack coming up with this very special guest that the NFW Nation is going to love to hear from. So I'll tell you what, before we start that, if you want to go ahead and spread the love, my friend, it's all yours.
I sure do. And once again, come out there April 20th at the Metro Center. Going to be a fine show. Mama Rich got all the talent coming in. Scotty, I'm looking forward to seeing you and Big Bull Lee and my buddy Anthony Blaze. I know y'all going to give those guys what they came for. Like you said, are you ready for a fight?
That's right.
Well, that's what you're going to give them, I know. But just remember this here, NFW Nation. Don't fight amongst yourselves. Leave the fighting tough. All you have to do is spread the